Hello, welcome to CL 256 and your first assignment. These tutorials are going to go over some items within your assignment that you may need help with. So to get started with your assignment, you want to go under Unit 1, and in Unit 1 assignment, again, we hope you have read your Unit 1 reading. You will need to have done this and the SimNet exercises before you start your assignment. So there are a couple files here within Unit 1 assignment as well as every other assignment. You want to always have your start file, your instructions. You always want to have those open. And you also want to be referencing your rubric to make sure you are completing the assignment correctly to get full points. And for this particular assignment, you needed an appendix as well. There are also some awesome additional learning resources down here, like your SimNet link is here, as well as this tutorial found it. There's also a solution picture. So again, looking around, there are lots of tools for you to use to be successful. So after you open up the start file, you will come to a screen that looks like this. You're always going to want to click Enable Editing, and you're going to want to save and save often. And you will see on page 487 that you are going to save this document as your initials U4-1. So my suggestion is to always come in here and save these right away and keep saving throughout the assignment, and save it into an Office 2 folder. Create a folder for this course. That way you know where everything is. And how you create a folder is just to come right into this new folder. You can call it Office 2 or CL256. Click onto that, and then you want to call it, again, it tells you the name of this file is your initials, and then U4-1. Okay, and then you can click Save. You don't have to, it says to save it in Unit 4 Applications folder. You don't have to have that folder unless you want to create that folder. So again, we're going to go over a couple things. So first of all, if you've never seen Office 10 before, Office now calls this the ribbon, everything up here. Then these are called groups. So this would be called the paragraph group, this would be called the styles group, and then they have the different items within there, as well as they have tabs. So they might say go to the mailings tab, into the start mail merge group, and select recipient. So that's how they work through the new terminology. So the first thing we're going to do, or that we're going to show you, as number 2 says, insert a line above the table using the split command. So you want to make sure you're clicked on the table tools, go to layout, and then in the merge group you'll see one that's called split table. That way you can get started. So number 3 states to create a standard business memo. And this is why you're going to have to reference that appendix, because the appendix will let you know what a standard memo should look like. So after you open the appendix, make sure you scroll all the way down, and it's going to tell you that a memo has to be 2 inches from the top, and you are to align all the information over here as to where the memo is being sent, from who, the date. So you want to make sure you create this same look in your Word document. So how do we insert margins? By now we should know that we have to go to the page layout tab. In the page setup group, we go down to margins, custom margins, and you want to make sure that that top margin is 2. There it is. Okay, and then again, for the sake of time, I've already put my information in there, but you want to, again, capitalize to, from, date, and subject, and hit tab twice to get it to be at the 1 inch mark. And for the date, it says to use the current date, So you can just start typing in the date, and usually it is smart enough to tell you the date. You can hit enter or just type out the date. So that is how you do number 3. And at the bottom of number 3, it says format the subject line with 24-point spacing after. You'll be working a lot with the spacing, so you want to make sure you know how to do this. You want to go to home, and in the paragraph group, you want to go to line spacing options. And here is where you can play with the spacing before and after, as well as also play if you have to make something single or double. The default spacing is a multiple 1.15. So you do have to come in here and change it to single spacing if that's what you would like. So we are on fitness centers, and we want a spacing of 24 after. So you change that to 24 and then click OK, and then you will see that more space will happen there. Okay, so for number 4, you're going to type in a paragraph, and then after that, you're going to insert a page, the section break. And quickly how you do that is to go on the Insert tab, and then you want to do, or excuse me, you're going to go to, okay, so sorry, you're going to want to go into a, into Insert, or excuse me, under Page Layout, Breaks, and then you're going to want to do next page section break. Okay, and now we're going to go into how to work with the column headings. So number 6. So you are to mirror what this average monthly rate, and then it divides into corporate and standard. You are to do that for the following 4 columns. So the easiest way to do this is to highlight the 2 columns that are to go together, and then you want to highlight the 2 columns, come up into Table Tools, into Layout, and then you want to hit Split Cells, and then you want it to be 2 columns and 1 row. Sorry, you want it to be under split cells, you want it to be 2 columns and 2 rows. So now you can take this top one and merge this, and then you would type in average, I didn't mean to do that, average quarterly rate for here, and then you can put your corporate and standard, oops, sorry, hold on, quarterly, and then you can put your corporate and standard here. So that's how you would complete number 6. Then the other thing we're going to talk about is just selecting the table and making a border. So you want to select it. How you always are going to select the table in this assignment is by coming up here and clicking on the table with the 4 arrows, and then you can do whatever you need to do with centering it, etc. And in this example, we got to do a border. So we want to go to borders and shading, since we want a specific border, and you want to use grid and then the 2 lines, because you want a double border. Okay, if you have any other questions, please ask your instructor. Thank you.